Welcome back to another scorching episode of Hot Facts, the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. I'm your host, Chris Collier, and today we have a legendary guest ready to take on the fiery gauntlet. You know the drill. We've got 10 progressively spicier wings, and as the heat cranks up, so do the questions. Our guest is no stranger to the heat, so let's dive right in and see if they can handle the heat of the hot seat. Hi, Kai. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm so glad you're here. You're actually the first artist from Rose and Raven Tattoo to be on Hot Facts. How does that make you feel?
It's good. I didn't volunteer myself though, so the first, but I didn't volunteer.
I get it. You want to get it over with? How are you around spicy food?
I love spicy food. I love it, but we'll see how this goes.
Okay.
That last one.
Oh, well, I'll be right there with you. So I say let's just get started and let's dive in. So the first one is the Hot Ones Buffalo hot sauce. And while we're eating it, I'm going to ask the first question and then we'll get going. All right. So for many, getting their first tattoo can be a nerve-wracking experience. And as a seasoned artist, what steps do you do to ensure that your clients have a memorable and positive experience during that first tattoo session?
People are really nervous when they come and get their first tattoo. Their hands are shaking and their voice is shaking. They're really nervous. So I try to talk with a calm voice and help them. I ask them really what they want. If they want me to move their stencil as many times as they want it, as make them feel as comfortable as they can so that they don't feel nervous anymore. I want to get their hands to stop shaking. I want to get their voice to stop shaking so they feel as comfortable with me as they do with their friend or something.
Yeah, because let's be honest, tattoos, they hurt just a little bit. So
I'm always honest. I'm like, yes, it's going to hurt. I'm never like, no, it's fine.
Right.
I always say it's going to hurt every single time.
Yeah, making everything else as positive as possible kind of diminishes the pain that they're going to be taking.
Mm-hmm.
What are some tips or practices that you believe that are essential to kind of making, what are some of the tips and practices that you give the person that you're tattooing to be like, hey, this is what you should and shouldn't do when you walk in or, during?
Well, you definitely want to make sure I always make sure to tell my clients to eat so you have some fuel in your body to, get through the traumatic thing that's happening. It's depending if it's a small tattoo or a big tattoo for your first one, you want to have something in your system so that, water, some sugar, we don't pass out. So you have something, but also I also want them to relax. If you're in your chair, you don't want to be stiff because that's not fun. You're stiff right. And your muscles are hurting while you're getting your painful tattoo. But I tell my clients to have a dead body when they're in the chair and they're tense. So they just go dead body. So I go, just go dead.
Just be relaxed. Be dead.
I tell them that. That's what helps, I think.
I like that a lot. Okay, well, let's dive into the next one. So the next one is Angry Goat Pepper Company, and let's just get out there. Why the goat?
Well, I was angry goat.
I know. Why's the goat gotta be angry? So
I'm taking one, but I'm hungry, so I'm taking one.
I'll take two with you.
These ones are not.
They're not spicy. Let's just hope that continues. So, for everybody that has a tattoo, we all remember that first tattoo, the experience of getting that first tattoo. Can you take us back to those moments for when you got your first tattoo?
Yeah. My first tattoo is on my arm. It's my mermaid. And I really, really love the Little Mermaid, the Disney Little Mermaid. And I didn't really want to get the Little Mermaid on my body.
Right.
It was my 18th birthday. My dad is, the owner of the shop, so he did my first tattoo on my 18th birthday. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't plan it. We went in on the day, and then he was like, "What you want?" And I was like, "I don't know." So we started scrolling through some stuff. I was like, "I like the Little Mermaid. I like mermaids." I used to, in the pool, swim as a mermaid in the pool was my thing.
Yeah.
So I got a sexy, creepy mermaid with my flounder right there. He's a skeleton
everything's
anglerfish.
Yeah, everything's inverted, so everything's either angry or dead.
No, that you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we continued with the whole sleep, but that was my first one.
I see the theme though. It's a lot of naked chicks.
Lots of naked ladies with their comfort animals, like kitty bat.
Oh, I like it. They're they're okay.
Sexy, creepy. That's what I call them.
So on the flip side, what's the story of the first tattoo you gave?
The first tattoo I gave was on my dad. He, I became his apprentice, and I needed to have skin to practice on, and deciding where to put it, what it was. It needed to be something simple, but enough to get me to have something to have my first tattoo. So we chose Harry Potter. No, not Harry Potter. It was Dwight Schrute's head with his glasses.
Fun.
But just his silhouette, so not like a bunch of detail or anything. And I think it took me like an hour and a half to do something that would probably take me 10 minutes now. But I think it came out good. It still looks good. The lines are fine. But he sat there not showing any pain the whole time. I'm like digging in and like, but I was shaking. And when I was doing my first tattoos, I had my ass sweats. And so I'd like leave an imprint in the chair. It's just truth. And I took maybe like 4 months for that to stop happening, but I was really nervous and I was shaking, and it's my dad's like business, and I'm like sitting here doing his first tattoo, and I'm like, it's gonna be good, right? Just sweating. It's awesome. So that was my first time doing my first tattoo on my dad.
Well, I mean, how many tattoo artists can say that their first experience was giving, your first tattoo to your father who's training you?
He was a professional artist himself, and I'm just sitting there like, please don't kill me. Please let me do this. Like, I'm gonna be good, I promise. Like, but he let me do the whole tattoo, and he wanted to do this like one little part because he wanted it to be a good tattoo on his body. I was like, no, it's my tattoo. And I took it and I did the line. He's like, oh, you did that well. Yeah, that's right.
Well, way to be assertive, because now it's something you can look back and be like, okay, remember when you were going to take it away from me? I didn't let you, and I finished it, so it's my tattoo that I did. I like it. I like it. Okay, so let's do. Oh, you're gonna do some milk?
I need just a little bit.
Just a little bit. All right.
It wasn't that spicy. We'll see with the next one. I kind of want another bite, but okay.
Take another bite. You can take another bite if you want.
Next one.
Okay, so the next one, it's Piscaya, I think.
Piscaya, yeah, I'd say so.
So this one's a sweet and spicy passion fruit.
I like that, like tropical.
Yeah, me too. Kind of the sweet and sour, sweet and spicy. So.
This is really good.
Okay.
I really like this one.
So every tattoo artist has a distinct style, kind of a reminiscent of their personality, maybe their upbringing. Can you describe to me what would be your signature style, or maybe one of the styles that you like to do most?
I've kind of honed into starting to do like stipple shading, which is just tiny dots that create the pigment of dark and light. But I like to take that. I can do that with traditional or like mini realism, like doing fine line. I really like doing nature stuff, lots of flowers, butterflies, animals. That's kind of what I started to hone in on. At first, you start doing what obviously anybody asks you to do, which is give me tattoos to practice on, and then I started really liking and loving doing florals and flowers. I started doing freehand in that style, so I gravitated towards that. Lately I like to do ornamental stuff, things that decorate the body. It's what I'm trying to get into.
Kind of to accentuate certain parts of the body and give them...
Maybe something would start up here, work its way all the way down, and maybe end up on your thigh, like a whole floral vine piece maybe is what I really want to try to get into.
Man, that's when it goes back to earlier, when really trying to make your client feel as comfortable as possible, especially when you're doing that big of a piece. I know there's different sessions, but
yeah, you're with us for hours out of the day, multiple sessions coming back. It's become a relationship with the person who's that close to your body, permanently inking your body. So it's a definitely a relationship.
I think it's always funny because actually, how I know your father is because he started tattooing me, and some of my near and dear friends in the tattoo community are because they started tattooing me, God, 20 years ago, and then just natural evolution of things, friendships have evolved to where it's...
You're spending 20 hours with somebody, and then, you see them out, and you hang out, and it's, somebody's getting married. Hey, you probably should be at my wedding.
Right. Yeah, build that. Yeah, which is, it's kind of total opposite of what society is kind of deemed, where, all the tattoo artists and people get tattooed or evil.
Over me.
Yeah, which is like total opposite. Where it's like, you just become best friends with everybody. And
I think every tattoo artist I've ever met is a freaking goofball. We're nerds. There's something that each of us really, really, really loves. Like, I freaking love mermaids. I love like creepy dead stuff. Chris likes into his Hispanic culture. He loves like the music and the imagery that goes with that. Lots of religion and motifs of doing that for his style, but also just in his everyday life. And I think my dad really likes like superhero stuff, and JR's into like all kinds of things. Every month he's into something new, but he's all really passionate about something.
It's probably why I get along with tattoo artists so well, because I'm also a giant man child, as my wife says. So it kind of just goes with the nature of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're up to number 4. How you doing?
That one was good. I'm no problem. Let's go on the next one.
Yeah, I think we could just take shots of this one. So this one is Los Calientes.
Calientes.
And super spicy. So as a new tattoo artist, you're embarking. It's a lifelong exciting journey. It's going to open a lot of doors. Can you tell us how long you have been a tattoo artist and been tattooing, and what motivated you to pursue this particular creative path?
Well, I've been tattooing for 3 years now. I apprenticed for a year and a half before that, but I've been tattooing skin for 3 years. And what was the rest of that question?
What motivated you to be a tattoo artist? Like, why did you want to be a tattoo artist?
Well, my father's been tattooing since I was 8 years old, and I haven't always lived with him. He's lived here in Washington, and I moved up here when I was 17. I lived in Tucson, so I always admired that lifestyle, but I couldn't ever reach towards that as like a career in my head. Like, it wasn't ever possible. And I moved here, and it was just the next step for me. I was like, what else should I do? Well, I work here after school, and it was kind of like the next step. I don't really want to go to college. Nothing else interests me. I love drawing. I love my art classes, and I love the environment, being here all the time. And it was
you get to spend time with your dad.
That too, you know, and it was a very good like gateway into having a career, and it was, the dedication to do it. I really wanted to do it because I can make my own schedule. I can go on vacation when I want. I can listen to all the music that I want to hear. But
no student debt.
I don't have to worry about college or all that stuff. But that's just the path that I chose. If I wanted to be a doctor for the first from 14 to 17. I wanted to be like not a live person doctor. I want to be a dead person doctor. I wanted to work on the dead bodies so I couldn't kill anybody. But now gore flips my stomach. I can't look at blood anymore. Even on TV, it's like not cool. So that's out for me. Being a tattoo artist and not killing people is probably a good second.
You're not weird, because that actually kind of happened to me too. Where it used to not bother me, and then I hit the gore, and then I hit a certain age, and then it just I can't even look at it now. I'm just like,
if your significant other is like bleeding, I'm sorry, I cannot help you. I'm going to throw up.
Yeah. I always tell my wife, you've got to deal with the kids if their knees are bleeding, because I'm just gonna faint. Okay, so now we're up to the one that you've been eyeing.
That sauce doesn't look good. I'm just gonna say it.
It's a Filipino hot sauce. You know it's gonna be really, really hot. And it's called the Power Jab. So Yeah, let's just dive right in.
I took too big of a bite on that one.
Okay, well, I'll let.
There's a freaking pepper right there, a little seed.
So
Going from this one to this one is definitely ooh,
big up.
that's a big level.
I better ask a question and then we'll dive in. So
I keep eating it.
as you said it's hobby, just keep going. As a skilled tattoo artist, you've likely been asked to create a wide range of designs. Are there specific tattoo requests or designs that you've had to turn down or refuse to do?
Not refusing to do them because of the design itself. Maybe if it's like, hate speech or something like that. But if I refuse to do a design, it's probably because a different artist would probably do that style, that image, that tattoo better for you. You came and told me you wanted a portrait piece with some background of florals and a landscape to go with it. I probably wouldn't be the artist for you because I wouldn't do the tattoo justice. That's not my style. And there's an artist to do that better for you, and I can recommend you right to them. I wouldn't want to do a bad tattoo on somebody just because I want to make some money. That's definitely not what it's about for me.
Well, I mean, it kind of can go against your brand too, your personal brand. Yeah. When people, somebody sees a bad tattoo that Kai's done, and somebody asks about it, I'm like, what? But you're being humble and you're being, safe. Like, no, my skills haven't gotten to that point yet. There's
that too. It's not like I'm not at that level yet, or I know somebody that will do that for you exactly how you want it to come out.
Right.
And don't waste your money with me. I'm maybe could do it okay. Like I could do a tattoo for you how you want it, but it probably wouldn't be what you think would be the best and what I know would be the best tattoo for you.
Right. When you get requests like that and you decide like I'm gonna take this potential client and move on to somebody else who I think would do better justice to the design, does that kind of spur anything with you as to, okay, that is the next style that I'm going to maybe start really practicing so I won't turn someone away next time?
Right. Which would be, for me, that next step that I'm afraid to do would be like portrait realism. Like, memorial pieces for somebody that's passed away, your grandma, your loved one that's passed away that you want to represent on you. I am scared to do those because I don't want to mess up your grandma on your body forever. So I've slowly started to do faces that are not real people, like a statue of somebody that, like a statue of Aphrodite or something.
Right.
I could practice doing that in a realistic style to get closer to doing those portrait pieces so I don't have to tell people no.
Right.
But they will still get a beautiful tattoo, from my father who does the portrait pieces. So.
He's good at doing that.
He's good at that.
He's good at that style. Well, it's almost like we've seen that meme where you've got the three different levels of lion, and one is like a stick figure for $25, and the next one's like kind of looks like a lion, is $50, and then you got the one that is $500 and it looks like an epic lion.
The realistic, got all the white highlights and everything.
Yeah. So the next one, we were just saying earlier how much this label is it's classy.
It's like Worcestershire sauce.
Right. It's a whiskey smoked ghost.
Okay, that was fun.
This one's going to be good. So, with being a tattoo artist, it is a unique profession with various facets. What's your absolute favorite part of being a tattoo artist?
My favorite part. Well, you know how you have to go to work in the morning, or you're thinking about having to go to work, you're driving to work, you're like, oh my god, I don't want to fucking go to work today.
Yep.
That never happens to me. Like, I sometimes go, man, I'm tired, and this is, a little tired but today, but I'm never going to work. Like, I don't want to go there. I want to be there, and I'll be tired there, or I'll, whenever I'm hungry, I'm gonna get a little food there. I can get food delivered to my work. I can, put on any type of music that I want. I can dress comfortably. I don't have to put a suit on. I mean, I'm not a man. I don't put a suit on, but
You put
a woman's suit.
yeah, you put it's a was a pantsuit.
Pants.
Yeah. Hillary Clinton, you'd be a pantsuit.
So I don't have to have a regulation for uniform or I can literally do whatever I want on people. I can tell people no if I want to. I can solely do the tattoos that I want to do if I want to. There's endless answers to that question.
Well, I mean, but that's good because it really does speak to your passion and how much you're enjoying it, especially for doing it for only 3 years and still being that excited. I foresee in your future you're probably going to be the same way when it's 15 years, 20 years, 25 years.
Yeah, I plan to stop tattooing, plan for it to be my sole job. Have other jobs and tattoo at the same time, but I like the freedom that it gives me. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So how are you doing?
That one was not as bad as that other one. For
No,
some reason.
this one was.
I'd say flip those ones. This one is hotter than that one.
Yeah. Isn't that funny? Kind of how that is. So the next one is Ginger Goat, Tropic Star.
Okay. Another goat one.
That's a really nice color.
I don't know about nice. I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, it looks like. So, with now during your career, you've inked countless designs, and each. Is it good?
It's pretty spicy. It's good.
Each piece kind of has its own story. Can you tell us, or do you have an all-time favorite tattoo design that you've had the pleasure of creating?
Yes. And I say this every time. I tattooed a sheet ghost with a little boner popping out.
Oh, okay.
It was like one of my first tattoos that I did, and it was on one of our friends, and his wife got a little bee in the same spot, so it was booby. And so it was like my first couple tattoo that I ever done, and it was on our friends, and it was just this. He was like, "Do whatever you want," and I was like, "Whatever I want." He's like, "Well, I kind of want a ghost," and I was like, "Any ghost?" And then he was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." And so I drew up a little sheet ghost, and he's got the eyes, and he's going ooh, and he's got a little bone popping out of a sheet. And
that's awesome.
My favorite, I think that I could say. And then his wife, I've tattooed a few times more.
That's cool too.
Boobies.
Boobies. Okay, we're moving right along.
Okay.
The Bomb Evolution hot sauce.
Oh, the bomb. The bomb.
The bomb. It's the bomb. So, when you're not busy creating art on people's bodies and skin, what's your go-to movie to unwind?
My go-to movie?
Mm-hmm.
It's Nacho Libre. Jack Black.
I'm not your friend.
You know it? You have to know it.
Why not? I'm not your friend.
I love that movie. I've seen it 4 times every year. I have to make sure that I see it at least 4 times every year. Oh,
yeah,
I like quoting it with my family and my brothers all the time. It would, for no reason. Just little quotes. Chancho, I need to borrow some sweats.
Do you want to talk about it? My boys, my wife and I, they quote it way more than I do. But I'll be sitting there working or something, and I'll hear somebody randomly quote it and just bust up laughing because it's just so easy to kind of fit those quotes into your life.
You just get anything. You get mad. Get that going out of my face. I swear, you can come with anything. Come with any situation. I can quote Nacho Libre to you with any situation. That one is not fun.
That one's not good? Yeah.
Why did they make such a big jump? I don't like it.
Drink some milk?
Yep. That was never ending. Okay.
Keep going?
Yep.
Keep going, get it over with?
Wait, do you have another question?
I got a couple more questions.
Okay.
You wanna dive into the next one? You ready?
Yep.
Okay. So, Dawson's hot sauce, Zuzu's 7-pot sauce is the next one.
I'm not listening to a word you're saying right now.
Okay. Well, hopefully you at least hear the question. So, leaving behind the Jehovah's Witness faith.
Oh, okay.
Actually, we'll restart that one again.
No, go on. We're getting into this. Okay.
Oh, okay. Leaving behind the Jehovah's Witness faith can be a profound personal journey. How has this transition affected your life and your tattoo artistry?
Well, being a Jehovah's Witness for the first 17 years of my life and then moving here, I chose not to practice and do any of the regulations that they expect of you. Anyways, I stopped. And you can't get tattoos as a Jehovah's Witness. You can't expect that to be your career. You have to be a modest person who won't, mar their body with imagery and tattoos and permanency that is a temple. So it's very different because it's exactly the opposite of what they tell you to do. But I've become an adult since, learning the things I grew up learning. I have an open mind now. I don't. Fuck.
You haven't even eaten this one yet.
I haven't.
You want to take a bite and then
I need some milk.
some milk? Do you want to talk about
I'm
it?
talking too fast. Was there a sub question to my other to that question?
No, it was just basically. Actually, you kind of answered it. It's funny too when I was kind of in the same boat, raised in a Christian family, went to college. And it wasn't necessarily that college ruined me because of all the different things that you can do at college. It was just more so being exposed to different walks of life and different people and different belief systems.
Yeah, there's not just one lane and one way of doing things.
Right. Which is my big thing is no one's right, no one's wrong. So whatever makes you feel better at the end of the day or at the beginning of the day, that's what you should lean into. Yeah. Yeah,
coming out of it and just I literally restarted my life. I have to rethink things. I'm celebrating Christmas and doing holidays to me was guilt inducing. Spending all that money on something that I never had to before.
Right.
Or people spending money on me that I felt wasteful or that it was not deserved or unnecessary. It's unnecessary.
I foresee you though giving very thoughtful gifts now too.
That's what I have found joy in is that I love seeing their faces when I thought so much into what I thought would be cool for them or would be useful for them, or they like Superman or they like Spider-Man. I got something for them and their eyes light up and I was like, that's so cool. But it still makes me feel guilty. I'm just getting over those feelings and making them into who I am now. So
I'll ask a sub question. That's kind of part of this one. Why you eat this wing? No. I gotta keep you on task here.
Okay.
Well, while I ask the question, what is your most thoughtful gift that you've given during this transition or after the transition? Do you have a favorite?
This past year with my boyfriend, we live here in Washington now, where we both have lived in Tucson for our whole lives. And so with his brother passing away the past year, I wanted to send him to Tucson to home for Christmas so he could see his family.
Yeah.
I felt like that was something just more meaningful that I could do that was not a tangible gift.
Yeah.
Something to spend money on that actually meant more. I think would be the most thoughtful gift that I given somebody, probably.
I mean, it's a kind of a gift that really snowballs in a positive light too, because that one gift you he received so many other different positive gifts from seeing his parents and the rest of his family, and so I think it's a good one.
I definitely love Christmas now. Now it's a happy, jolly feeling instead of a guilty feeling.
Right.
So it's definitely evolved.
There's also a whole other slew of movies now that you can watch that revolve around Christmas that you're like, oh
I know! So I missed out on The Grinch and all of Christmas with the Franks and
right. Christmas Vacation.
The only one I'd ever seen before was like Home Alone, because I guess my mom didn't count that as like a Christmas movie. She was guilty being a hypocrite and just like watched it anyways. But the only Christmas movie I watched was Home Alone, and like the second one's obviously my favorite. And then since I've moved here, I've seen like all the little kid Christmas movies, and they're awesome. I love The Grinch. It's one of my favorite ones. The new one, the old one can suck it.
not a fan of the animated one, the Jim Carrey one, or the one that was voiced by.
That's true. There's more than one. The Jim
three.
Carrey one was awesome. That's the one everyone gets the suit for, and they.
See, and I grew up watching the animated one, and that's the one that I grew up loving, and so I'm actually not a big fan of the Jim Carrey one. So to everybody listening, I'm really sorry.
I'm really sorry.
I'm really sorry.
Don't hate me.
We're now in that part of the show where we take a deep dive into your Instagram, and we pick out a photo for you to explain. And one thing I was telling your dad earlier is that going through your photos, there's actually no random photos of you except ones you're tagged in. So all of your photos are of tattoo work, of either work you've done or drawings you've done. And so we have one that we picked, and I mean, it's nothing, too crazy, but, you want to kind of just explain that one?
Yeah. So I don't have any pictures of me on my Instagram for my tattoos because I don't want me to influence people getting tattoos for me, or that's my work because I'm a woman, or to see what I look like and book with me for that reason, or if you're a man and you want to get a tattoo from a lady, or you're vice versa, for whatever reason. I just didn't want to have pictures of me as my work. I wanted my work to showcase what I do. But Instagram is for, I'm a human being. I still go out and do stuff every single day. So that's with my best friend, Ashley. We met each other in high school in ASL class, freshman year. And she lives in California now, and I live here, and we still see each other every single year. That was our trip a couple months ago to Lake Tahoe. And that was a hike that killed us, honestly. Well, not literally. The elevation, but I don't know how, no numbers, because I don't know numbers, but up, down, I died, okay? So.
We hiked up, we hiked down, it was terrible.
Yeah. Okay. But that's a good picture we had right before all the sweating.
Oh, okay, so this is pre-sweating.
Pre-sweat picture.
So if I keep scrolling, there's going to be sweating.
So the boys, our boyfriends, are probably in one of those waterfall pictures where they've never met each other before. This was their first time meeting each other, and they're both like, are we friends yet? I don't know yet. Like, takes 3 meets before we're like, we're best friends.
Right.
They're on the waterfall, and they're about to die trying to get to this waterfall, and they're just like, take a picture, and then just like pose together. So probably swiping through, you'll find them being goofballs.
Okay, all right. Well, we've successfully climbed Spicy Mountain. We're at the pinnacle of spiciness.
Nope, not yet.
How do you feel about doing the dab?
I have to do the dab. I have to.
Okay, you want to?
I've seen it. Everyone's got to do it.
You want to? I'll let you do it.
Do you want me to do mine?
Yeah, I'll let you. I'll be a gentleman.
Just
that, and then you can't yell at me later when too much came out, because it's all in your hands, literally.
Oh, I'm not gonna do yours either, because.
Oh, I wasn't gonna let you do
See how little that was? That was a baby drop.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's still gonna be death.
That way you don't have to be a man and do more. You just do the same.
No, I'm older now. Nothing to prove, so cheers it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope. That was not okay. That's not okay.
That was good. It was really hot.
It's so chemical. There's no build up to it. It's straight heat.
Straight heat. So Kai,
it's getting worse.
I know you're getting worse, but it's been so fantastic getting to know you. You've been a fantastic guest on the show. Thanks for sticking with it the whole time.
I chose to do this.
Look at this camera, this camera, this camera, and tell everybody that's watching how they can schedule a tattoo with you coming down to the shop.
Okay. So Rose and Raven is in downtown Kennewick. It's Rose and Raven Instagram, and my Instagram is Kai Skiles. Figure that out. Google it. That's it. I'm done.
All right. Well, thanks again for being on the show. Appreciate you. And let's go drink some milk.
That one was bad.
That was bad. Cut.
God, we're done.
Oh my God.
Chris went from none to all hot.